Hi, everybody. Today I'm going to be doing a review of a little movie called Inside Out 2. I know none of you have seen it yet. It's not remotely popular, but I wanted to do a review. That being said, let's get into the review. So what did I think of Inside Out 2? Well, I have to say, personally, I thought it was a great movie, but I am biased. I love Pixar, and they very rarely made a movie that's disappointed me. So, here we go! Another one that didn't disappoint. Was it the best movie in the history of mankind? No. But it was really good. You know, I would say it's probably about a 9.5 out of 10. A 9 out of 10, something in that general neighborhood. You know, a really good movie. It is a movie that I think most people can connect with. And the story, if you haven't figured out, it explores the story of Riley, our main character in the film. She and her emotions are going through puberty and trying to figure this out, figure out life and how that goes. And anybody that's been through puberty can definitely, I think, relate to at least that part of the film, if nothing else. And she's trying to do all these different things in the film. A lot of these things are alluded to in the trailer. And she's dealing with peer pressure, which I thought was handled quite well, personally. And just all aspects of the film I thought was quite good. The sound mix was decent. I would have liked for them to use the back surrounds a little bit more. This is a complaint I'm going to have of almost every movie, it seems like. Apparently, no one but me thinks that they should do that. I've talked to a few other people, actually, that do seem to think that as well. But I guess the few of us that think that must not be in the majority, or the directors, sound mixers, whatever, seem to not be thinking this is a concern. So for whatever the reason, that's a bit of a mild complaint. It's not the end of the world, but, you know, in a perfect world, maybe use the back surrounds a little more. So that's something definitely to keep in mind. The animation I thought was beautiful looking. So from an image standpoint, you know, it's a Pixar movie. Their animation I find just very stellar. The image quality that you get out of it. And not just that it looks good, but that it actually, I think there's some artsiness to Pixar animation, right? You know, some animation is not very artsy. I think that Pixar animation is very artsy. At least some of the movies anyway. And I thought the animation style in the new movie, at first, I was like, I don't know. When I seen the trailer, I thought, maybe I won't like this as much, the animation style. Once you watch it on the screen long enough, it just feels kind of like an updated version of the original film. And I like the original Inside Out movie animation style from 2015. So, you know, it makes sense that I would like this style too, if it's kind of similar. So, that being all said, what do I think about the movie? Should you see it in a theater, or should you wait and see it at home? Well, as you probably know, I'm a big fan of the theatrical experience, and I think this is a movie that definitely justifies being on the big screen and you going to watch it that way. It's a Scope movie, and a lot of screens in the US and Canada are Scope now, from what I understand. Scope, especially if it's on a Scope screen, it looks beautiful. And then on top of that, we also have, like I said, it's a decent sound mix, you know? And I thought the story was very good. It's just hard to describe and talk about it in detail, like everything else, without going into spoilers. So, you know, she's dealing with puberty and all these different things that come out of it. She's trying to impress people, you know, peer pressure, just all the things you would expect with coming along with being a teenager, right? And this movie really does explore her being a teenager. So if you think that story would connect with you, which I think it can with most of us, I mean, you know, we either are a teenager now or was a teenager, right? Either way, you would think you can connect with it. Now, will the younger kids be able to connect with it? You know, I think so. I mean, based on the screenings that I have seen of it, you know, the kids seem to laugh and different things to the movie. So, you know, they probably won't get the full concept of the movie because it's, you know, like most Pixar films, it's kind of aimed at a little bit at everybody. But that's okay. So, anyway, definitely recommend you check it out. I'll be doing a technical review, but probably in the future. I'm not really sure. I've got to figure out if I have enough technical things to talk about. But I can definitely tell you this. You should go watch it if you haven't already. The movie's already grossed $1 billion, so you probably have already watched it. But if you haven't, go check it out. And thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see y'all again soon. Goodbye, everybody.
And action.